Howdy do, fella kids. It is the professional Dillweed here. And welcome back to another video, and today I'm doing a first ride on the 2021 Honda Africa Twin. So I always try my best to get my hands on what you guys request for me to ride, and this is actually the first time I've actually been able to get my hands on one, because for whatever reason they sell like hotcakes. This one is your good old-fashioned manual model opposed to the dual clutch, because, well, that's the way it should be. And plus the other one they had was a dual clutch. It had the higher seat height, and I couldn't do it. I also wanted to get a feel of how this 1100 platform feels, because at the time of filming this, I have yet to ride the Rebel 1100. But I am actually a really big fan of this color scheme. I know it's a throwback to the first model of the Africa Twin, and I mean, the other one that they have in there is just black with the gold wheels. Sure, that looks great, but like, this pops. Alright, and with all that out of the way, let's hop on this thing. And right off the bat, even with this being the smaller one, it's still huge. You could be like, oh, there's only a 0.6 of an inch of a difference. How big could the difference be? Well, 0.6 inches is actually really big, depending on how you use, depending on the seat height. It could be the difference between me flat-footing it or not touching the ground at all. And let's get this thing cranked up. It plays you a nice little movie as you start it up, and then it goes blank for a good few seconds, and then it says, the rider's responsible for the safe operation. AKA, you're not allowed to watch movies on it, even though it is large enough to, it's like an iPad mini up there. It displays a whole bunch of good stuff. Like, if your ABS is on, if your Bluetooth is connected, the exterior temperature, in case if you just didn't know, ooh, that was spicy. Along with this giant screen, you have massive amount of buttons to control said screen. I'm sure if you're watching this video, you've already watched a bunch of other ones that go over the screen. If not, I apologize. But we're just going to get this thing cranked up. That's right, you just got to press it. You don't got to hold it down, unlike all those other peasant bikes. You go up here and you pull in the clutch, because this is a real motorcycle and not one of those big old glorified scooters. I'm talking way too much shit, and I'll be quiet. I just want to say this thing is massive. It also weighs a good solid ton, weighing in at over 500 pounds. Holy cow, that was hardly anything on the accelerator, but it has so much torque. Coming to a stop, I about fall over because I'm a short little man. I'm just gonna go ahead and shut that. The front little wind deflector is kind of weird. I had my visor up, and like it deflects wind, don't get me wrong. I got nothing here, and then here, right at my line of sight. So it so your little wind deflector protects anything from your nose down. It feels kind of weird just having the eyes. I don't know how to describe it. Like, your nose is safe from the wind, but anything else, it's fair game. It also has like a nice sound to it. I mean, like, it is extremely muffled, because, well, that's just what motorcycle companies do from the factory, but it has a really nice throaty sound to it. Man, even with my visor down, I can feel that it's that the wind deflector is only half working, but it's got some pep, all right. And there was a cop. But sitting here at a stoplight, I still can't help but feel like this thing is just overly massive. I'm not a tall boy, coming in about 5'10" on a warm day, and I can only flat-foot it on one side. So this bike isn't made for us short people, but I seem to be handling it just fine. But from the looks of it, from, well, a bystander's perspective, it'll probably looks like I took out Daddy's bike, but it is actually a fairly comfortable ride once you get to going, and it has all the creature comforts that you would want from a touring bike, and it also has really good off-road credentials. So it's a comfortable ride going to the trails, and you're not gonna beat yourself up after a long day of riding that you have to ride at home. And some of those creature comforts, as I said, includes cruise control, which is pretty awesome. And also one of those is having enough power to pass the slow pokes in case if you need to just quickly get around them. And shoot, even here on the interstate going 70 miles an hour, it still has like unlimited torque, which is kind of insane. I mean, like, I know this isn't a sports bike, but it has the power of one. It's pretty impressive. Oh, and then come into a stop, and then you feel that 500-pound weight just getting ready to fall you over. My short ass needs training wheels on this thing. This thing does have that really throaty sound to it, and I like it. Like, that wasn't even a big pull, and I can just feel that this thing just wants to keep on going. I mean, this thing has a top speed of over 140 miles an hour, which isn't bad for something that isn't a sports bike. But man, even hearing this thing like just wind down in the RPMs, it sounds upset that it's slowing down. And then it only gets happy again whenever you get on it. I wasn't expecting to enjoy this half as much as I actually am. But the fact that it was able to turn around my thoughts about how I feel about it is actually pretty impressive. Those guys are looking at me weird. I guess I probably look like a twig compared to this massive monster of a machine. Hey bud, you want to race? I just took his bitch to Gapplebee's. But the fact that I went into this not all too terribly excited, and now I actually like it, that says something. And then me over here trying to back this thing up. I'm on my tippy toes. I look like a buffoon. I already know it. But not only is this thing just mean sounding, it also looks a little mean. Look how aggressive. It has like angry eyes. It's angry that it's not currently doing 140 miles an hour. But as I said, I'm actually fairly surprised with how much I like this bike. Even though it was just a little bit of a struggle for me to even hop on the darn thing. But if you guys have any other suggestions as to what you want to see me ride next, be sure you leave a comment below and I'll try my best to get my hands on one. And with all that out of the way, that is where I'm going to start wrapping up today's video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure you show some support by dropping a like. If you're new around here, consider hitting that subscribe button. And most importantly, be sure you hit that booty. I will see you guys in the next video. Peace out.